Welcome to Deep Thought, Burning in Aura. Let's have a little fun with this because you know what? Sometimes when we discuss deep subjects or metaphysics, esoteric and all of that, sometimes we get so caught up in like the mechanics of it, we don't forget there's some fun aspects to it. Like there's a deep metaphysical aspect or deep subconscious aspect to relationships. In fact, I actually have a seminar. I might do, I'll probably do like a webinar on it, like finding the right mate metaphysically, right? But here's some stuff that's really fun. I call it burning an aura. You know, in the deep south, they might call it rooting somebody, right? It's basically, well, here's the understanding of it, right? Men and women. Okay, well, here's a story. I've told this before. It's one of my favorite stories about this woman, about like the whole burning an aura thing. I knew this woman was very highly sexual, right? Very highly sexual, like very in tune with her sexuality, very comfortable with it, right? So she said, and I ain't gonna get into how we met, but she said, she was talking to me one day, right? And she said, Rom, I saw this guy at the gas station and his aura was so strong I had to sit down, right? And she's just saying, I understood what she meant. It was just everything about him, boom, it just stopped her from breathing, right? And then I put another instance. This is some, since I got mostly men on here, they would understand. Fellas, you ever see that woman? Like you walking along someplace and you see that woman and it's like you got hit by a thunderbolt. It's like, pow, everything. She looked good. She got she might have some tight jeans on or a nice mini skirt or whatever, but you just like, pow, you like, huh. All right. Here's what burning an aura is. If this for a man or woman, like you get hit with that pow from somebody, but for whatever reason you don't get to talk to them. If you see anything that reminds you of that person, you're going to get mildly aroused. Like for the guys, like say the woman had on a certain red dress or something, right? You see it, you like, pow. Anytime you see anything similar, you're going to automatically think back to her. You're going to go back to that woman. Or like ladies, you see that guy, he a certain height, he had a muscle shirt on. Anytime you see that, that's going to turn you on. That pow is very positive because it burns something in the aura. And it's to the point that it's so burned in, a person will look for that type of person, you know? Or they'll try to dress that person. Like if they turned on, like I knew a woman I dealt with, right? I remember I kind of burned something in her aura with, when she saw me, like first time we kind of got together, she really got attracted to me. I had on like a black muscle shirt, right? Which I have a tendency to wear. I tend to have stuff. I tend to dress like a magnet to draw attention to me, even if I'm casual, right? And it's like I had a pendant on and like a black muscle shirt, right? Now, of course we didn't, like all relationships had a beginning and end, right? It was funny years later. I saw her with this new dude, and I saw her and I looked at him. I was like, yeah. What we had on? He had like a black, like muscle type of shirt, a pendant. And when this particular woman met me, I wore my glasses on a more consistent basis. He had glasses. I was just like, okay. I burned something in her. It's like I said, in the South they might call it rooting somebody. It's really that's one way of doing it. Like a way. Now I'm gonna give some game for the few women that listen. Now I'm gonna give some game for the guys, right? Say you go out on a date for the women, if you go out on a date with a guy, right? Make sure that's the best night of his life. Take him to first of all, have him come pick you up at your place, right? Have them come pick you up at your place. Have a sexy picture of you like out on a mantle. Like pretend you like got to get something. I ain't telling women nothing new. I'm just kind of. I ain't even reminding y'all. This probably more for the guys anyway. But for the women, have a sexy picture of like in like a swimming suit or something out on the mantle like it's nothing. Or you know what? Have them come in your bedroom or something. Just say, oh yeah, I gotta get something, and like just let them look around, but make sure you have some lingerie or something hanging up somewhere. That's immediately gonna get him in the mood. Take his ass out, or y'all go out, but you know what? You treat him. Make sure he keep a drink in his hand. Make sure, even if you're at a club or something, make sure that dude thinks he's like the center of the world. Boom, you got him. It will be probably at least a year before you get rid of him. Like rock his world that night. And the same thing with guys. Same thing with guys and stuff. You know? Now, you know, when she come over, make sure, you know, maybe have a picture of you like posing and lifting some weights or something, somewhere she could see your body a little bit, right? Also, an important thing with women is make sure all your deep books, like have a bookcase, you know, or anything that shows any intelligence or knowledge you have that around. You know, have it nice, have some nice music, right? That starts to imprint her. Then when she go out, make her feel like she's the most beautiful woman in the world, right? Everything associated with that night will make her slightly aroused. Like if you wore a certain type of cologne, she will get aroused anytime she smells it. She'll immediately think about you, you know? Anytime she see like a dude, like whatever you was wearing that night, she's going to get aroused. If she hears the music, the jazz that you had on, while, you know, you take her back to your place, you make love, the jazz you hear, that's going to bring it out. That's how you root somebody. That's how you burn something into their aura. That's why it's hard for some women to really leave a man. And that's how, it's not as bad for men. One, because a lot of women don't know how to root a man. But you get some of these men who really put it on a woman. That woman will always go, and she will either go back to that man or go back to somebody similar, or always look for somebody similar. It's so deep. And a lot of them can't figure it out. They're like, why I keep going back to that man? He put it on you, baby. That's why some dudes go crazy. If they see a certain thing, they lose their mind. Like there's a certain type, I ain't gonna put it out there. There's a certain thing a woman will wear, and I lose my mind over if I see it. I ain't gonna tell you. But if I see it, I'm like, oh, shit. You know? And it could be on any woman. You know, because in my mind, I associate this with just pure pleasure. That's how you burn that aura. Now I know y'all probably just thinking, hey, Rom, you used to do this on your relationship stuff. And, you know, half the people on the other channels don't believe in this aura stuff. They think I'm just on some hoo-hoo, whatever. But, you know, on a deep level, it's some stuff that pimps do. It's you got some escorts who do it. You get some people, especially like they in some certain southern regions. They put that, you know, they call it a mojo. Speaking of which, I should do something like that on my other channel. They call it that mojo. So, you know, I can give y'all a little bit of, like, deepness. See, one thing, let me say this. I know that's talking about relationships, but remember, every aspect of life is touched by, like, that below the surface thing, the esoteric, the inside, the hidden, the metaphysics, what we don't see. What happens is some people know it and some people don't. Like, I already know what I'm aware, what colors I'm aware and stuff, and I know if a woman has a good time with me, it's going to drive her crazy when she sees it. You know? And it'll make it it's another way of the imprint. Like, I've talked about the imprint on it, but you can imprint a person's spirit too. It's just not in the same way. So anyway, right? That was just a little, I guess, fun. Might even turn out to be fun in other ways for some people. Wink, wink. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Just think on this.